What's up, y'all? So I'm working on a song right now. It's a little bit different from me. It's more of an inspirational type vibe. Not to say that I haven't done inspirational songs, but my type of inspirational has always been more like educational, enlightening, or like storytelling, relatable stories type inspirational. This is more just straight, pick yourself up, you have a purpose in this world, keep pushing forward type inspirational. So that's like a little bit different for me. And ironically, 2025 was probably like the worst year I had in my life. Like I was going through stuff in 2025 that I'm still trying to come out of now, but I didn't write these lyrics for that purpose. I wrote these lyrics probably like, 5 years ago, maybe at this point. Time flies, so probably like five good years ago. And I just never finished it. And I made a beat for it that I never finished. And I just felt like now, in the times we going through now, a lot of people going through stuff. So I feel like it's a song that could be applicable to what a lot of people are going through now. So I figured I was going to go ahead and finish it. So I finished. I only had one verse for it. I wrote the second verse, finished the skeleton of a beat I had, pieced that together, and I recorded it. But I got stuck on a hook. So the hook, I wrote it like I heard it in my head. If you're an artist, you might be able to relate to this. Like what I heard in my head when I wrote the hook and as I'm working on the beat, sounded great. But when I went in the booth, it just didn't sound right when I laid it down. I laid it down, I was like, this ain't really hitting like I thought it was going to hit. So I got stuck. So what I decided to do is I have a Patreon, an artist support Patreon, and I figured I'd offer this as a perk to the people who support me to check the song out, the rough draft of the song. When I say rough, it's not mixed. The vocals are just raw as hell. I just laid the vocals down. The beat is raw, it's not mixed at all. So when you listen to this, what I want you to understand is it's not sounding anywhere near like what's gonna sound like as a finished product. It's very janky sounding, right? For lack of a better term. But you'll get the gist of the song. It sounds good enough that you'll get the gist of what the song is supposed to sound like. But I decided to put it on Patreon without the hook, and my Patreon supporters can go check out the song, and maybe you might come up with something for the hook, a melody, lyrics, whatever the case may be, that might fit what you think might fit the song, right? So you can have a chance to contribute to the creation of a dope song. The other thing that is cool about this is you'll get to hear what a song sounds like before it's done. I always say that the engineers are like 50% of what the song quality is when it's complete. They're the forgotten people, the most underappreciated people in the music industry. You never hear the producer, the engineer's name. You don't even know who they are. But before they put their magic on the song, it sounds nothing like what you hear when it reaches the radio, right? And that's what you gotta understand. This is a rough draft. The engineer, evens out all the sounds, makes the vocal sound right within the pocket of the beat, brings the bass level up if it needs to be brought up, but lowers it. Because all of these sounds, like there's technical details to all of this stuff, like mathematical technical details that govern the listenability of a song. There are a lot of people, the average listener doesn't know. The average artist probably don't even appreciate how much detail goes into that. And I'm my own engineer. I do the production, I do the lyrics, but I also do the engineering. And that's the hardest part for me because I'm not technically trained. I have an ear for it, and I don't have the technical training. So most of my knowledge about engineering is through hands-on self-taught learning and applying my just ear to the mix as well. But even, doing years of engineering myself, because I'm not technically trained, a lot of the stuff that I apply is probably not necessarily like what the standard should be for a good finished mix. Great engineers cost tons of money. So because I was always in-house, I didn't want to pay tons of money to have an engineer do my work. So I would pay people that was like, low-end engineers are trying to make it, and they never could mix a product as good as I could do myself, because I know what my music is supposed to sound like. And a lot of these engineers would just apply the technical knowledge, but they didn't have the ear for music. So I think the ear is actually more important than the technical knowledge. If you only have the technical side, you're just going to do it based on what the mathematics should be, but you're not listening and you're not hearing. I had a couple run-ins with engineers because of that. I don't remember this, but one of my homies told me I almost threatened to beat the engineer up because he was trying to tell me that he did it right. I'm like, yo, can you hear what you're doing? Listen to this. If it don't sound right, then it's not right. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, you'll get to hear it. I think it's cool if you're interested in music. You'll get to hear what an unfinished product is, like an unmixed product is, and then when the song actually comes out, you'll hear how vastly different that is from the unmixed product. You know what I'm saying? It makes a world of a difference, man. So you go to the Patreon and check it out, and give me your feedback or whatever it is, your contribution, you know what I'm saying, if you want to contribute, or just check it out so you can hear the unfinished product and just feel a part of the making of this song. I'm getting back into the music thing. Like I said, I had a rough 2025, and the rough 2025 was because a couple years leading up to that was kind of like going down that path. So I got away from music. So I'm trying to get back to doing music and the things that make me happy, the podcast and the writing and all that stuff. So there will be more things like this popping up on my Patreon. So if you're not a subscriber, go ahead and subscribe and become a part of this whole thing. 2 fingers, 1 love. Taji Yakib. Stay up, y'all.